Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we will try to understand routing tables and routing algorithms. So, in our previous classes, in the network layer section, we have covered nearly 20 to 30 videos for IPv4 IP addresses and IPv4 protocol. So, we have already discussed all those concepts. If you haven't watched those videos, please watch those videos and come back here. And every video in our channel is going to be a part of entire course or a playlist. Our suggestion is to follow the entire course so that you can have better understanding of the concepts, and the link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Now, so far we have discussed about IP addresses, but we never discussed about how the packet is getting transmitted from source to destination. So we are discussing all the time, we are discussing that the packet is getting transmitted from source to destination, but how? So from now on we are going to discuss all those concepts. Okay, so we'll try to understand before understanding about the routing algorithms that are there in our course, we'll try to understand some of the basic concepts which we need to understand. Okay, so the concept is, first we are going to start with routing. What is meant by routing? Routing is a mechanism that selects a way for data to be transmitted from source to destination efficiently. For example, so the definition states that routing is a process, routing is a mechanism by which we are going to select a path between the source and destination. Among several paths, we are going to select a specific path. That selection of the path is done efficiently, which means the shortest distance is getting identified. Okay, that is what, that process of selecting that path is what we call it as routing. Let's try to understand this by using this example. So here we are having a simple network. Source A wants to communicate. This is a system, and this system wants to communicate with destination B. Now, in order to transmit from A to B, we are having several paths. So what are those paths? So the packet may get transmitted from here to here, here to here, or here to here, or it can be transmitted from here to here, and after that here, this way, and this way. There are different possibilities for this packet to get transmitted from A to B. But among these several paths, it is going to take only shortest path. By just seeing this, we can decide that the shortest path is from here to here, here to here, and here to here. So for example, if you assume that these these numbers can be assumed in different ways. One of the way is distance, another way is cost, another way is the amount of time can also be taken. So it can be of any type. We are going to consider it as distance. So in order to transmit from A to B, the shortest path is from here to here, and after that from here to here, and after that from here to here. So it is going to take a total distance of 3 units. 3 units. That unit distance may be kilometers, meters, whatever it may be. So it is going to take an amount of 3 distance. So this is the shortest path efficiently. So in order for the data to get transmitted from here to here, 3 is the efficient path. So that process of identifying that path is what we call it as routing. The next definition is the routing table. So what is this routing table? A routing table is the set of rules often viewed in the table format. So the routing table is always in the table format, which is having, within that it is going to have some set of rules that determines. So what that table determines is where data packets traveling, where the data packets ought to be traveled over the network. The data packets that are being traveled over the network will be directed. So using the table, we can direct the data packet that is being transmitted into the network. So where that packet has to be transmitted is decided by using routing table, and these routing tables will be there on each and every router. So on each and every router there will be a routing table. By using that routing table, the packet that is being transmitted will decide where it has to be transmitted. Let's try to understand this by using this simple example. Here is a network. We are having a sample network with 4 nodes, and for example, if the communication, if you want to transmit the data from A to C, so now the packet is at A. How that packet, so let's try to understand this with example. Here A wants to transmit the data to C. So what are the best path that is available? It is from A to D, and from D to B, and this is one of the path, not best path, and the other path is A to D and from D to C, and the other path is A to B and B to C. So what is the distance for the first path from A to D, D to B, B to C? It is 1 plus 4, 5, 5 plus 5, 10. One of the path is taking 10 distance, and A to D and D to C, it is 1 plus 7, 8. The other distance is 8, and the other one is A to B and B to C. A to B is 2, from B to C it is 5, so the total distance is 7. So what is the shortest path among all these 3? It is 7. So in order for the packet to get transmitted from A to C, what is the next router to which the packet has to be transmitted? So the possibilities for the packet to get transmitted is 2 possibilities are there. So either to this line or to this line, but the A will transmit all the packets to C, all the packets to C only through this line. The point that you have to understand is, for the packet to get transmitted from A, it is having 2 options. 2 wire connections are there. One is in this way and the other one is this way. But the packet will, if you want to transmit the packet from A to C, it will always get transmitted through this line, because if the packet is transmitted through that line, it is going to get the shortest path. That decision, see here, routing table is the set of rules within that, in the table format. So this is the routing table that is generated at A, and this table itself is having some set of rules, and based upon this table, the decision for the data packet to get transmitted will be decided. Okay, so let's try to understand that by using this table, and this table is there at A, router A. Okay, so what it consists of? The table consists of destination column, distance column, and next hop column. So these are the 3 columns that will be there in any routing table. So what the destination means? From A to A, in order the packet to get transmitted from A to A, means it itself, the distance is 0, and the next hop means the router to which the packet has to be transmitted. In order to transmit from A to A, there is no need for us to transmit to any other router. It has to be there on A itself. From A to A means here itself. So that will get maintained in one of the row. The next row, if you want to transmit the packet from A to B, all the routers in the network, so the routing table is going to have all the routers, the interconnection of all the routers values will be there in the routing table. So that is the very important point to understand. For example, if this entire world is getting connected by 100 routers, means usually it will not happen in that way. So all the 100 routers details will be maintained at each and every router. So try to understand that point, each and every router. For example, if you are getting transmitted, the packet is getting transmitted away from India, so that router through which this entire world is getting connected, at that router it will have the details of all the routers in this entire world. So based upon that it is going to decide. So don't go deeper at this point of time, it is not required. Okay, so now from A to B, from A to B, in order to transmit from A to B, what is the best path? Is it this way? No, it is from directly to B. So the distance is 2 and the next hop is going to be B. Similarly, A to C, there are two possibilities, one to D and the other one is to B. But the best path is, so even though it is one, it is going to take longest path. So we have to decide based upon the shortest path. So the distance is 7, 2 and 5, 7. The next hop is going to be B. Similarly, from D to A to D, in order to transmit from A to D, the best path is we can go either this way or this way, or this way, this way, this way, but the best way is the best path is this one. So it is D. In order to transmit from A to D, the next hop is going to be D and the distance is 1. So this is what we call it as a routing table, and this table will get maintained in each and every router. So how that routing table is getting generated? It is our next question. How the table is getting generated? It is generated by using routing algorithms. It is generated by using routing algorithms. So what is meant by routing algorithms? See here. Routing algorithm creates and maintains the routing table. Routing algorithms creates and maintains the routing table. For why? What is meant by maintenance? For example, if one of the line has been disconnected, so again the routing table will get regenerated. So that is what we call it as maintenance. So those routing tables can be, routing algorithms are going to create and maintain routing tables for the path decision process. For the path decision process, in order for the packet to transmit to the next router, so that path decision making process is decided by the routing table, and that routing table is generated by the routing algorithms. There are two ways in which these routing tables can be generated. One is static and the other one is dynamic. So what is this static means? So the network administrator will go to each and every router and they will place that routing algorithm, the routing table. So is it a good practice? No. For example, if the wire between X router and Y router has been broken, so again the network administrator has to come and he has to reroute. He has to generate the table again, and the table has to be inserted at the router every time if there is a failure. Okay, so that is not an efficient way. So routing algorithms are not, one of the ways static algorithms are not efficient. So the other way is dynamic routing algorithms. So the dynamic routing algorithms are of there are two different types of dynamic routing algorithms. It is distance vector routing and the other one is link state routing. So just try to remember these names. We will try to discuss about how the distance vector routing algorithm is going to generate the routing tables and how the entire process of distance vector routing will be, and also the link state routing will be. Those concepts we will try to understand in our later coming classes. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.